Welcome to Fox One Gal Stories. I like to tell a story about fear. Remember, I have no fancy title after my name or a paper that says I'm qualified to do this. So let's just call it a story. I'm just sharing some ideas here and they are there for the taking. Or please feel free just to turn this off. It's certainly challenging trying to move through the maze of our own mind. But even more than that, I believe it can be frightening. There are so many things we are afraid of. Our fear extends to looking into the closet of our own mind or some overgrown bushes. Let's take a look at fear our minds may have created. It's good to have healthy fear when danger is present, but not the kind that lives in our minds. We create all kinds of things in our minds that are not the truth. We turn small situations into huge issues with our assumptions. We worry and create fear about stuff that never happens. Of course, none of this is going on outside of us. All of it is occurring in our own minds. Fear. Some may see this as false evidence appearing real. So let's look at how fear can create some things that we may not be aware of. Fear of judgment. I remember when I was young, everyone would say to me I was shy. What made me shy? Well, I was afraid of how others would judge me and my own self-judgment. I was worried about what other people were thinking about me, and I was really self-conscious. What I was doing was linking my self-worth to what others thought of me. Time to let that idea go. Now I can say, who cares what anyone thinks of me? Why? Because most of the time, others are too busy thinking about themselves to pay attention to me. What was happening in my thinking was that others were going to judge me the way I already judged me. And of course, I judged me more than anyone else did, and that is what created my shyness. Fear of loneliness. This can take on many forms in any relationships with family, friends, or partners. When we stay in relationships that we're not happy in, what are we afraid of? Are we afraid we won't find someone else to love us, or that we aren't worthy of love? We feel that we're not good enough to find someone else? Or do we believe that having someone, even someone who's clearly wrong for us, is better than having no one at all? Do we believe the judge in our own mind when it insults us in this way, and it says that we don't deserve to have a good life? Are we afraid to hurt the person we're in relationship with by leaving? Because if you are, that is our fear of being judged by them, and that is selfishness. We're saying that we'd rather stay in a relationship we don't enjoy just because we do not want to deal with someone's possible anger or hurt. Is it kind to be with someone whom we don't want to be with, preventing them from finding someone else who might really enjoy being with them? Fear of self-expression. When we dress the same way or keep the same hairstyle for years, what are we afraid of? For how many years has our look remained the same? Life is constantly changing as it is moving through us. And it's not possible to remain the same person unless we are in resistance to life. Perhaps we feel uncomfortable with change, and this is our way to try to control life and feel safe. Maybe we are afraid to change because of the way our own mind or others might judge us. By looking different, we might attract new and exciting people into our lives, and we could be afraid of that. Do we listen to the same music and tell people that is just the way we are? This is not the truth, as people are a reflection of the infinite, which is nothing, but it's always in motion and evolving. Therefore, this is not possible, that this is the way we are. No, this is the way we think we are. It is more accurate. What we believe about ourselves is not necessarily the truth, but it does reflect our level of fear. I use the word nothing. Why? I chose this term because spirit and life cannot be captured by a word, and is not and cannot be defined or limited by any concept or idea that would immediately make it something. Fear to dream. When we stay in a job or a career that isn't going anywhere, what are we afraid of? Are we afraid of not making the right choice? Is it the truth that we can make a mistake in life? Because this is how we learn. Isn't that just our own judgment about something? If a job move does not work out for us, are we afraid of the endless beating up our own minds will give us? What about the fear of being judged by our colleagues or family? Have we already judged ourselves incapable of finding a new job that we might be interested in? Life is waiting for us to explore, expand, and experiment. If our fears are limiting our ability to live our lives, then let's put them aside and dream daringly and bravely. Fear to ask. This one was a hard one for me, and I won't deny this. I had to take small steps with this, but with practice, anything becomes easier. Now I can say I'm not afraid to ask. Since I can do it, I know anyone can do it. When we can't ask for what we want in life, what are we afraid of? Do we believe we are so lowly that we don't even deserve to ask? By not asking, we are martyring ourselves into the position of poor me. Why be worried about what other people will think of our request? It does not matter if they think we are asking for something that they might judge as unreasonable. Are they living our lives, or are we? When we don't ask that man out or that girl out, we are setting the limitations in our life. When we are unable to forgive someone or ask for forgiveness, what are we afraid of? Perhaps we feel uncomfortable giving up our resentments. Does our judge feel that we deserve to suffer in life rather than be happy? It's important for us to practice asking for what we want without fear, because if we don't ask, how can we receive? Fear is as real as smoke. It has no solidity to it, and it solely lives in our mind, and it's not real. I know that it feels mighty real. But once you move through one fear, it does become easier and easier to conquer any fear that you do have. No matter how many fears we work through, we still feel the discomfort, but the exciting end result propels us forward and helps us walk through our illusionary pain. Once we walk through the smoke and look back, we realize there was nothing there at all in the first place. I have an absolute respect for fear and understand that it is a part of my life. But I will never allow fear to stop me from moving forward or enjoying life or becoming free. So when you are ready to face a fear, I know you can do it because I have the faith that you're just as capable as I am. Fear that lives in our minds, we do have the choice for it to disappear. Fox One Gal, over and out. Until next time.